minutes. The realtor time is usually 5 minutes after the hour. So we start at 12. I should start the meeting. We should publish it starting at 11:50. Then we'll have everybody here at noon. Because you're not going to miss. We got Candace today as our guest speaker, who is very, very talented and completely in the know on things that we need to be better at, which is command, power tools, connection. And I think she's going to dovetail on some of the stuff that we learned with Brian yesterday, which was Tuesday, which is great. Very pointed. Poignant, very poignant. That's the word I wanted to use. All right, gang. Well, we might as well get things rolling. I know people are still trickling in, so we'll let them keep doing that. And Kayla's quote today is great. The neighbors always leave their sprinklers on, which is so annoying. It's a source of constant irrigation. I think it's funny because I'm a dad and I have this classic dad joke stash. My kids just berate me over it, but it's funny. So those of you with kids, this is your typical and your newest dad's joke. Anyway, always trying to find inspirational quotes can sometimes be annoying. And the levity in our daily routine can give us the necessary jolt to keep going and moving forward. My grandfather used to always say, don't take life so seriously. You'll never get out of it alive. And whenever the day gets a little rough, I always lean into that statement because it's pretty funny. All right, team, let's take a walk down expose line and talk about some of the newest associates. And Amanda is bigger than life today. She's on our slide there. We want to welcome Sophia. Sophia, she was at our First Friday event the beginning of last month, so she had joined us just at the beginning of the month. Jennifer Hopkins is up in Paso. Paris is down here. Adam Nixon joined us this last week. Jordan Gee is part of a family member. One of his sister used to work for us. And Jordan's welcoming. We want to welcome Jordan. Kyle moved over from Century 21. Nicola is back. We want to welcome Nicola. Beth, also up in North County. Welcome, Beth. And then Amanda, good thing you're here because we don't have a photo of you. And we need to get one by Friday. Can you get us a photo, Amanda? I'm going to put you on the spot. Can we get a photo of you by Friday?
Yes.
We don't want your silhouette to the entire MLS to be announced. So we want to welcome all the newest agents that joined us over the past 30 days or so. Welcome, guys. You'll see very quickly that this is a family company and that we really want to let you know that you're welcome. If you just joined the company, no, we're going to talk a little bit about First Friday here, but Fridays, the first Friday of every month, we all get together in a social environment. I know it's been a kind of a chore over the past couple of years, but we do the slow brew, the rock in the summer months because they've got a beautiful outdoor area. In the winter months, we're meeting at Blast and Brew. It used to be Willow. It's right in front of the Seacrest Hotel, lots of parking. They've kind of gutted the inside area and turned it into like an indoor play area. There's cornhole inside. There's a big reception area. They've got a full bar, some great little menu options. And it's just a lot of fun. So come as you are. It's a great opportunity to just talk about all the things that we've done over the past month. Welcome our newest associates. And then we're not talking about work at all. It's just kind of hang out and enjoy each other's company. So that's Blast and Brew. Come welcome your newest associates. All right, I want to thank some of our contributing members, Andrew and Shannon, the Keenan Carter Group, Chris, Abel, Bruce for opening escrows with Central Coast Escrow over there. We also want to congratulate Jeff, Jill, Stacy, Kenny, and Abel for closing escrows with Central Coast Escrow. Always there to serve you guys and your needs. Know that we've got a beautiful staff over there that's happy to help in any way, shape, or form. And that is Central Coast Escrow. Beverly, Sarah, and Emmy on occasion, always there to help you whenever you need them. One of the things that we're bringing back today is our 52 points of culture. It's something that I think Mo Anderson does, which is really interesting. She was like the queen of culture for the company. And it's something that I was talking with Bobby Kelly about yesterday. And that is giving grace and compliments to other humans. Mo has a jar of 10 pencils on her desk, and she goes genuinely is grateful for a lot of people in her life, and this is all about being absolutely genuine with your gratitude. And whenever time she looks at the pencil stash, and if it hasn't moved from left to right, she doesn't get to leave the office until she's given gratitude to the people that she's thankful for in her life. And so as you go about your daily routine, I want you to just be cognizant and conscious, thank you, of the people that are here for you, and even the bank teller, the grocery store clerk, the people that are in the service industry that are really here helping, being kind, in an environment where kindness sometimes gets overlooked. It's a really great opportunity. You have a great opportunity to acknowledge them for their time, energy, and generosity. So complimenting others regularly is one of our 52 points of culture. And it's no surprise that there's 52 of them. How many weeks are in the year? 52. So we're going to be talking about one every week, just so that you guys can really remember one of the unique things about Keller Williams is our culture. Anybody can sell real estate, companies can be built, and companies will fall, but culture is one thing that can stay as long as we're paying attention to it. So we're going to be talking about it at least once a week so that you guys can remember one of the things that makes Keller Williams so unique. And I'm super proud to be able to do that and bring that Keller Williams culture to you. Okay, first Friday, like I said, it's at Blast and Brew. It's at 2131 Price Street, right in Pismo Beach. It used to be Willow. It was Marie Callender's before that, if you've been here for 30 plus years. But it is right at the Seacrest, right in front of the Seacrest. You can see it from the freeway. You got to circle back or take Price Street and come back to it if you're coming from San Luis. It's a great spot. It's wide open, so there's a lot of opportunity to kind of intermingle, have fun, and not be standing on top of each other. So it's a great place, and we look forward to seeing everybody that can make it this Friday at Blast and Brew from 5 to 7. So I'll be there a little early. Make sure we've got the space right when you walk in. You won't be able to miss it. It's a high top table. It's a lot of fun. All right. Candace is here to talk to us today about reviews and how those things, what they can do for us and how to get them. Candace, with that, I'll hand it to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of wanted to piggyback on Brian Eisenhower's coaching session yesterday with our agents. And we know how important reviews are when it comes to longevity of your business, right? Being able to get those reviews from your clients and be able to show that you are the real estate, agent of choice online, right? It goes so far with those reviews. So in that meeting, of course, he talked about being able to automate and make sure that we're setting those stopping points essentially in our transaction and making sure that we're asking for it. So I figured it'd be a good time to actually show you how you can use Command to do that for you. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Give me just a minute to get that for you. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share over, and we're going to go with the screen. Okay, so I'm actually going to start from the beginning just so that you can kind of see where we're going with this. Now, there are a couple different ways that we want to ask for those reviews. Now, within Command, we have, of course, the use of our SMARTPLANs, right? And SMARTPLANs are your automation, right? Being able to send out those emails and texts as you need them to help just take away the difficulty of essentially sending one-off items all the right. We want to automate this to just make it easier. So the very first step is creating a smart plan with the verbiage we're going to want in order to ask for those reviews. And then we're going to build it into our transaction system using our opportunities. So within our SMARTPLANS menu, it's that little gear icon on like a little checklist. It's going to drop us into our SMARTPLANS library. Now, I actually already have two that I've kind of prepped for you for this class. We have Brian's 5-star SMART plan, which I used his text that he provided to us all during our class yesterday, right? He gave us a template in order to ask for those reviews. And then the second is actually one that I went through and just personalized, but I found inside the library. So to show you that way you don't have to start necessarily from scratch, I'll show you what that process would look like. So the library, as we see here at the top, is going to take me to a place where I can search for all sorts of pre-made smart plans that either require no customization or just a little bit of customization in order to personalize it to you. So for this instance, I actually went through and I typed reviews because that was going to be my goal in creating my smart plan. And so if I go by review name, smart plan name here, we'll see that it comes up with quite a few different smart plans. I can also go ahead and drop down and switch to maybe the description. If I'm looking for something that has smart plans, or I'm sorry, reviews in the description. So they had some post-closing follow-up plans. A little bit further down, we could see some that are rated by various agents. Here's 239 agents using this particular smart plan that has 11 different steps. Now, this might be a little, much if it's your first interaction with smart plans, may be a little bit apprehensive, but there are some excellent ones in here for you to customize. So if you ever want to use one of these, you can quickly click add to smart plan, and that's going to move it to your own personal library. And that's what I did with this first smart plan that I'm going to share with you. So I'm going to go back to my smart plans, and my closed reviews was one that I chose from the library and then am going through the process of personalizing it. So I'm going to hit my edit button, which is going to open this up. Now, I currently don't have any clients on this particular smart plan. We need to make sure we make our adjustments prior to adding contacts to it. Otherwise, it goes out as is, right? So we want to make sure we do our edits ahead of adding any individuals or clients to it. Otherwise, you might be sending out somebody else's review page. So here it is. It's my closed reviews. And we see that I've actually even edited the title just so I can keep track to the Central Coast office here. And the very first step is just a plain text email. Now it's an email step I see noted over here on the side. It's coming from my address that I've set, already modified in my command settings. And the subject that's going to go out with this email is, it has been an absolute pleasure. So if I scroll just a little bit further down, we see that we have our text or body of our message that we're going to be emailing out to our clients. Now this says hi, and then we'll notice that this aqua colored contact first name in brackets, this is actually a merge field, meaning when I send this out to my contacts, whoever I add to the smart plan, it's going to pull in their first name from the contacts record, right? So if I send this out to Jay and Greg and Albert, it's going to go ahead and say, hi, Greg, hi, Albert, hi, Jay, and fill that in. So it's going to personalize that for you. And then it's going to go on to say, I just wanted to take a minute to ask you again. It's been great working with you. You can modify this text to show your personality, right? To showcase a little bit of your own flavor in there, to make it sound like you. So it sounds natural and organic. Then it goes on to ask for that 5-star review. Hopefully we've been talking about this all throughout our consultation, be it a buyer consultation or a listing presentation where we are aiming to deliver that 5-star service. And then we're asking for it throughout the transaction, especially in this case, after close. So we'll notice when we look at this, now I've already hyperlinked these two particular texts here, but it says, hey, please click here to write a review on Google. So what do you need to do in order to personalize this? Well, you're going to need to find your Google My Business page. Hopefully you have one already, and you'll be able to paste that in. Now you could of course use any of the review services. There's Yelp, there's of course Zillow, there's all these different profiles. We know Google is king when it comes to search results. So we definitely want to focus on that. So I have open here in another tab. I'm going to switch gears and just show you where we went to find our link and how to paste it in. So I went to Google, of course, Googled our Central Coast KW Pismo office. And this is the business listing. And I was able to go right on down where it says get more reviews. right? So I clicked on that. It gave me a link that I can click and copy. And then this is what I'm going to go back to my smart plan, highlight the text, choose my hyperlink little chain icon. And I already have it pasted here into my target link, but you're going to go ahead and paste that value, that link directly into that target link. And then you would save that option. And so the same thing would go for your Facebook page, right? Or any other review sites that you have. Then of course, you're going to continue on with your message. And at the end here, it's going to fill in with my name, my last name, and then I'm going to be sure to personalize this information with, of course, my office, my phone number, and my web address, right? We notice the difference between something that's filled in aqua, right, where it merges the information, and then this text that I need to personalize before I would add anybody to this smart plan. Okay, so then I would save my changes, make sure it's solidified in here. And then we'll notice the second option. Now, I actually swapped out a task for an actual phone call in this instant. In this particular smart plan that I downloaded from the library, this was just a task to call someone. And I said, well, forget that. I actually want to sub in an actual phone call task. So I clicked my task or my call option here from the right side, being able to add another step to my smart plan and then customize it. So go back up to the call that I actually added in here. I made it due within 8 days. So I have some time to get this set, and it's not due just on one particular day. And then for the task name, I put in call, and then I added merge fields to include both the first name, last name of my client, as well as their phone number. That way, when my task is due for that particular day, I'm going to see all that needed information right there at the top. And then the description, of course, is to call my client. Their name will appear there. And either thank them for the review that they sent me, which if I have my Google My Business page or all those, you're generally notified, right, when you get a new review. So I'm going to know and I can thank them for that. Or if I haven't yet got a review from them, what do I have the opportunity to then remind them of on the phone call? The ability to complete the review. So I'm going to ask for it again. So it's thank you, or hey, can you go ahead and fill that out for me? And then if I wanted to, I could actually go ahead and paste in that review link as well from our Google My Business page directly here again, just so that I have it for quick access when I'm actually on the phone with the client if I need to, right? And then I would, of course, save my changes. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and delete my extra task that I was showing you as an example there. There we go. And so now I have a simple two-step smart plan that involves an email and then a call that'll be due within 8 days after for that particular transaction, okay? Or for this particular client here, the smart plan. So I go ahead and save that. So now I have the smart plan in action. Now, beyond that, right, I can leave it up to my memory and say, hey, every time I close a deal, I need to make sure that I apply this smart plan to my clients. Or I can build it into my opportunity checklist. And that's what I'd recommend that we do. So if I come down to my opportunities, okay, this is where we're managing our transaction beginning to close, right? From cultivating that relationship all the way through to when we actually close the particular transaction. And I can create checklists to keep me accountable in every single phase of my deal. And that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm actually going to go into my listings closed. And then I'm going to edit my checklist, my checks that I need to accomplish when something moves to close. So I'm going to go ahead and hit edit stages. And this is going to affect any transaction that I move through that particular pipeline, right? So I'm creating a checklist that will apply to every single transaction that is a listing, and that's going to go past my closed phase here. So underneath my checklist, currently 0 items on that. I'm going to hit add item. Now, keep in mind these checklists too work for your teams. If you have a team within Command as well, you guys can all see as long as you are assignees on that particular opportunity. And so at this point, I'm going to make sure that I do add closed 5-star smart plan. Add client, because that'll bug me. Okay. And then save. So now I've actually added in a checklist item that I have to complete, right? Every single time I have a client come through my closed opportunity. Okay, so let's see if I have an example that I can demonstrate that for you. And we're going to move Mr. Tom Hanks. He's speeding through. He's going to go all the way to closed. Okay, so let's see there. Click and drag. Might have a little bit of a dicey situation there. Go with our closed. So now we notice on his card, I have 0 out of 1 item, checklist items complete. So if I'm in a transaction, right, or I have my team on this, as soon as I come here, I know I have to complete all of these items in my checklist. It's holding me accountable, making sure I'm not missing something. So at this particular time, when I know that I need to add a client to this 5-star smart plan, I can click in to my opportunity. I can go ahead and click on Mr. Tom Hanks here, which is going to take me to his contact record. Go to contact. And then I'm going to do smart plan and search for that my closed review, which happens to be right here on the top. Select, start him on that immediately. Confirm. So now I've actually built into my process a smart plan and also the checks for either myself or for my team to actually hit that in there. Now, you of course have the ability to build these smart plans around all of those celebratory moments in Command, right? Or for your transaction. So like Brian said, when you get the accepted offer, right? You can build a smart plan around that. Congratulations on your accepted offer. You know, once again, I hope I'm providing 5-star service, you know, to you. Can you go ahead and enter that in, you know, now and ask for that review? And then add that to your checklist for when you actually move to an under contract phase. So you have the ability to, with these tools, build it all in and start having some of that automation happen for you so that those emails, those texts, those tasks are being accounted for within Command. So any questions on our smart plans there?
You know, for those that, Candace, thank you. An incredible job of showing us, you know, from start to finish, where to find it, how to create it, how to use it, where and when to use it. And know everybody that this is being recorded, so you can go back to the recording and review it live while you're putting those things together in your laptop and or your computer through SmartPlans, through Command. If you weren't doing that as she was you know, rolling along, you'll have the opportunity to go back and take a look at it. That's a lot of information. And it, you know, if you're not using Command on a regular basis and the opportunity component of it, it might seem a bit like a bit. There's a lot going on, but it's super simple once you get the plan in place. And it's all about, you know, making those little, so I'll, you know, gosh, there's a book I read not that long ago, Explosive Habits, that talks about making just small steps, doing just a micro advance, increasing your performance by 1% over time by doing these little things can make a huge impact in your business at the end of the year. I mean, if you bettered your Command knowledge 1% every day, just 1%, you'd be 37% better at it at the end of the year. And over your career, that can turn into a very huge benefit to you in your life. So whereas it might be a little overwhelming to talk about Command if you're not in it already, you don't have to master it in a day. Just pick up one little piece and move forward. And smart plans are probably the first place to start because it changes everything. It makes life so much easier And the contacts that you have in there the touches are automated so that you become top of mind in a way that allows you to not worry so much about it and continue to make healthy and new relationships. And the reviews are going to be key. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, I do actually have a little more to share outside of Smart Plans too, because we did have an update on Friday. And I wanted to share that with you. So for those of you, we now have car forms inside of DocuSign. This was huge news. So in the past, we've been able to connect to our zip forms and kind of pool back and forth between the two. But now we have DocuSign that is actually, penned an agreement to get those copyrighted forms inside of DocuSign natively within their form library. So this is something that's available to you now. If you access from your opportunity, right, to your DocuSign transaction room, you'd be able to then go down to your profile, click on preferences, and then underneath your integrations, you're going to have this add provider section. Now, this page may look a little similar to something you've seen in the past, especially if you've connected your zip forms previously. But now we have an add provider option that actually works for us, and it hasn't in the past. When you hit add provider, you're going to be able to select CAR, enter in your NRDS number, your NERDS number, and it's going to marry up the entire car forms library to your DocuSign account profile. So now you're going to have the ability to add in forms. Oh, there we go. Add in forms directly from the DocuSign forms library. And you'll be able to have all these different form groups, all sorts of things. And it's going to allow a lot of opportunity for our market centers to provide kind of templates for you to follow with some of those documents already auto-populated to your transaction rooms. So while that part's not available just yet, you have full access to write your contracts within DocuSign natively. So if you really wanted to, right, you can go straight through our command process, and stay within command using your DocuSign integration to complete your entire transaction and not even have to go to car forms any longer if you didn't want to. So this is a huge, huge upgrade. As you see, all of your opportunity details, so contact information, property info, all of that's going to sync up to the DocuSign room and those forms, and allow it to auto-populate your transactions as well. So really, really excited about this integration. It was news on Friday, and I think everybody, like on our leadership call that day, I was a bit too excited about this particular integration. So definitely want you guys to go in there and take a look and connect your NERDS account number in there if you get a chance. And I've got classes for you too. I'll pop those in the chat, small group classes that allow you to go ahead and jump on these features immediately if you're super antsy before we can get a local market center class going.
And speaking from the leadership point of view from that Friday meeting, it just proved that you're absolutely in the right role, Candace. Absolutely. You got so excited about the technology. There's a reason why you have the chair that you have. So thank you, Candace. Does anybody have any additional questions for Candace? A lot of deets, a lot of information, and this is great intel here. Contracts close to finish, so look forward to dialing into that when we can. Everybody, great job, Candace. Thank you again for bringing that to light. We appreciate all that you do for the Market Center. All right, okay, team. Let's get back to what we have to share here. I know we've got our mortgage partners with Motif, Don, Ron, Martin. I saw Martin out there. Who's with us today?
Actually, it's just me, so you're stuck with me today.
The pillar of strength. What's going on, Martin?
Hopefully I can provide something useful for everybody. So good afternoon, everyone. So as always, I'll give you a couple of quick topics. Rates first. Interestingly enough, I know last week we were up a little bit. We started this week down a little bit, but we're seeing a lot of volatility still in the markets. And interest rates are still having some upward pressure. So even though we started the week off down a little bit today, which is always a good thing, we're starting to see rates bumping up just a hair again. So on the 30-year fixed, we're at 2.99% for conventional loans. High balance is at 3.125%. Jumbo loans are at 3%. So all of that is down about an eighth from last week. But again, we're still seeing some upward pressure. FHA and VA is hovering right around that 2.5 to 2 5/8. So still in the twos for the government loans. So still very attractive interest rates, but just keep in mind, we're probably going to see some volatility with these things going forward, as we have been, and we're going to see some bouncing around with the rates. So my contention is always, if you're having clients getting into an escrow, I'm still recommending locking in because of that volatility. But as always, if anyone has any questions about rates, do not hesitate to give us a call. And I did have one topic that I wanted to go over today. We've been getting a lot of questions with regard to waiving loan and appraisal contingencies. Don and I actually did a presentation on this yesterday to the Ventura County Keller Williams office. I can't go through the whole thing with you guys here today, but I wanted to give you just some of the basics to always keep in mind that when you're waiving contingencies, that it's always up to the borrower to decide whether or not they wish to waive them or not. We can always provide information for them to make that decision, but I, as a lender, or you guys as realtors, should never tell the client that, yes, it's okay to waive your contingencies. Way too much liability to the company for doing all of that. But the information that we can provide to help them make that decision, whether you're working with us or any other loan company, make sure that you have the client have a long talk with the loan officer. Make sure that they have a clear picture on whether or not they have formal underwriting and loan approval before waiving contingencies. It's very important. I know with the current contract, the due by date is like you have 21 days to waive contingencies. With the new contract that's coming out, that's actually now changing to 17 days. But even still, with offers being presented and the aggressiveness in which they're being done, we're seeing 10-day contingency removals, 14-day contingency removals, and that can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes. And I'm seeing clients waiving contingencies before they have their loan approval, which is never should be done. So you always want to make sure that you have underwriting loan approval. You want to make sure of what the conditions are and can the conditions be obtainable? And even more so with the conditions that are being provided, are there any other additional documents that may be needed as a result of what's being presented? So very, very important to understand everything that's happening within the loan before deciding on recommending to a client that, yeah, it might be okay to waive those contingencies. Second thing too to keep in mind is, has there been any changes to the borrower's employment? I've had clients before quit their jobs once they have loan approval. So obviously that doesn't happen often, but it has happened in the past. Has anybody made any recent purchases? How often do we tell everybody, don't go buy a car, don't go buy anything, but realistically, people do that from time to time. So we want to make sure that nothing in their financial profile has changed. Same thing with credit, same thing with assets for down payment. So again, let's make sure before waiving contingencies that we're in the capacity to do so. And same with the appraisal contingency. I know that's becoming very commonplace now, but with the appraisal contingency being waived, I have agents asking me, well, why are you ordering the appraisal? We waived the contingency. If they're obtaining financing, we still need an appraisal in most cases. So waiving the appraisal contingency does not eliminate having to order an appraisal from a loan standpoint. So just wanted to throw out some of that stuff to everybody. As always, if you ever have any questions about any of this and whether or not clients should be waiving contingencies or not, do not hesitate to give Ron, Don, or I a call. We'll be more than happy to help you. And I'm hoping that all of this was informative to everybody. So thank you very much for all of your time and your support to us. It's greatly appreciated.
Always, Martin, with great intel. Thank you for being here today and sharing that with us. It's really important.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I got Troy and CB crammed into a little closet somewhere. I think I saw their face.
Winner.
Your training room changed quite a bit. It used to be this span.
Hey, yeah, we're in our brand new temporary space. So I don't know if do we look bigger or better or anything like that? We're hoping that
You look like you like each other.
Yeah, we're looking stronger and faster and everything. So yeah, yeah. So we really appreciate this new camera, Albert. I feel like my pallor is better. But hey, I'm going back to Candace. Candace, that was awesome. Thank you so much. I know sometimes for us non-techies that does get some of that stuff gets lost, but I wanted to point out a couple of things Candace said that's really big, because one, in our business planning clinic recently, they said the #1 tool we have in our toolbox is Command. Now, Command is integrated through opportunities with your DocuSign and through your car zip forms. That means everything can go through one spot. So by the way, if you are sending me anything that has to have a broker signature, please send it to me ready to DocuSign. Okay, so you should be able to do that. You've got it provided to you for free. I've paid $240 a year for my team to have it the last 5 years. And now it's provided to you as part of being in Keller Williams. So that's awesome. But when you send me something like a referral form or a listing cancellation or anything that requires a broker signature, please don't just send it to me and then I need to have CB download it, put it into DocuSign for my signature. Please send it to me where I can just click it and it'll go right back to you, okay, for signature. And I want you guys also focused on the one thing, all right, because heading into the end of the year, looking at all the numbers, CB is always updating us on the numbers, and you know, the market is tight. And so be focused on your listings. Get listings, guys. Even if you're a buyer's agent, focus on getting listings, because getting listings is where you're going to get your buyers. If you have a listing, you've got a piece of the pie. Okay, you've got that, even if you're referring it to your lead agent or whatever, however that works if you're on a team. But be focused on calling for listings, call your sphere of influence, call the people in your cell phone already in Command, put them on opportunities if they're interested in buying a home, selling a home, or investing in real estate, because closing out the year strong is so important for the start of next year. And you can start up next year. And what's the start of next year going to look like, CB?
Really low inventory.
Yeah.
Is going to be the story of next year. Interest rates are probably going up, as you know, Martin is pointing out, and that will take a little bit of pressure off, because houses are going to be less affordable next year. There are going to be fewer people who can afford, but there still won't be enough supply. So the other thing I was just talking to the agents here about is take advantage of the seasonality. This time of year is a time when a lot of sellers will say, oh, we don't want to be bothered during the holidays, so we're going to take our house off the market, or we're not going to list during the holidays. And buyers also say, you know, we're going to take a break from looking for houses. It's been so exhausting. We're just beat up over all of our offers being beat out, and we want to take a break. Don't let your buyers take a break over this time period, because year over year, it's very consistent. December is the absolute lowest number of pendings every single year. And that means fewer other buyers that they're competing with. They have the best chance of getting their offer accepted and getting a home during the kind of, call it the off season.
Or lull, yeah.
You know, during the little lull right now. And it'll probably be the best price that they can buy a house for the foreseeable future. And so if you're working with buyers, you need to let them know this next holiday season is going to be the best possible time for you to buy a home for the foreseeable future.
And if you're wanting to know if somebody's motivated and they've got their house listed between Thanksgiving and Christmas, do you think they're motivated to sell?
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's the other reason. Yeah. You know, if that house is available and you can go see it on December 22nd, there's a good chance those people are pretty motivated. They need to sell that home.
So you got the most motivated sellers this time of year, you guys. And also interest rates, are they going to be lower, or most likely are they going to be lower at the start of next year? Or, thank you, Martin, that is most likely. So you're gambling against a higher interest rate and a higher price at the same time. So get those buyers out there, really light a fire under them, and go fight, sell, you guys.
One more thing, I'm not going to steal Greg's thunder, but does everyone here know that there's a new RPA?
Oh,
everyone knows. Okay. And there are trainings available. I'm gonna pass it off now.
By the way, okay, on that note, go to both these trainings, you guys, okay? Because I know what's going to happen, you guys. So we're going to get multiple calls at the start of next month that, hey, did you guys know that there's a new RPA? You know, and we're going to be like, hey, did you know we've been training on it? Okay, so I know I'm preaching to the choir because you guys are all in this meeting, but go to our contracts Kung Fu classes, okay?
Give your friends a heads up that don't come to these meetings regularly. Give them a heads up that they need to at least familiarize themselves with that new contract form.
Because we're betting on anywhere from 10 to 14 calls of, hey, where's the RPA? Or, you know, they changed it. Okay. Yeah, it's totally different too. All right.
All right, guys. Dynamite. Thank you very much. We appreciate you being here. Hope you enjoy the new space, or the temporary new space.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Jody. I know Jody's on the road today. So I don't know that she's, Jody, are you with us? Can you hear us? If Saturdays, Ignite, scan the QR code. She ran it this weekend, which was great. Or she was here live this weekend. October 16th is when it started. 2.0 with Jody Jolly. She has had an incredible run of success with all the agents that are plugging in. So if you're looking for a way to boost your business or get planned up for 2022, Jody Jolly's got an incredible program for you. So scan the QR code, I believe there for another second or two. And she is not only our productivity coach for new licensees, but she's also working with a lot of agents that have been in business for quite a while. They're just looking for a jump start. So Ignite will absolutely get you in the place to make that happen. There's a reason why the program is called Ignite. It's not called Smolder. It's called Ignite because it's meant to ignite your business. Greg, tell us what else is happening.
All right. Hey, how's it going? All right. So here we go. Today at 1 o'clock, we have Lifeline with Gary Keller. This is the session that is usually held on Fridays at 1 o'clock. They've now moved it to Wednesdays. So now we have our market update on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. So this will be Lifeline with Gary Keller today at 1. And then tomorrow, we have the 9 essentials for nailing a powerful pre-listing package. Make sure you have that pre-listing package all set and ready. And it's all on command. So you just log on to command, go to designs, and your pre-listing package, your listing presentation, your buyer consultation are all on there in one place. So tomorrow, 10 o'clock, let's talk about the listing package. And then tomorrow afternoon, Jody Jolly, what is productivity coaching at 12:30? If you are not in coaching, this is for you. Right now, go ahead and go to pcwithjodywithani.com, register so that we can get that link over to you so you can join her tomorrow at 12:30 to see what Jody and her team can do for you and your business. Now, as CB and Troy mentioned, there is a new residential purchase agreement coming out, and many of y'all have reached out asking when is the training. So scratch that out, what you see on there, because tomorrow, 1 o'clock, we will be going over the RPA, the new RPA overview with CB Thompson, and that is tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Now, really quick, this month for November, there will only be 2 contracts classes. We are not hosting 4, only because the second Thursday of this month, which is the 11th, will be Veterans Day, so our offices will be closed. And on November 25th, offices will be closed for Thanksgiving. So there will only be a contracts class on November 4th, which is tomorrow, and November the 18th. Both days we will be reviewing the new residential purchase agreement. So tomorrow it's CB Thompson, and then on the 18th, it will be Bob Sigmund from Porter Ranch. So you're getting 2 contracts classes, all review of the new residential purchase agreement this month on the 4th and on the 18th, and all the information is on your Google Calendar. And then on Friday, we have at 10 o'clock, Luxury Learning Series, Know Your Market Data with Brady Sandal. And that's going to be this Friday at 10 o'clock. Next, we have Monday. Let's see what we got going on Monday. So if you are at a point where you're in production and you've hit that ceiling and you're like, I think it's time I now start thinking about building a team, or if you've already built a team or you're in the process, and you need to get your systems and models in place and review them, then join us at 10 o'clock on Monday morning. And this is for producing agents ready to build their team or currently have a team, and hear from real experts who are actually using the systems and models in their business and see what their results are. Now, KW Maps coaching classes those links do expire because they cap it at a certain amount of people attending. So if you are planning on going, please register right now, because there is a good chance that by this Thursday or Friday, that link will not work. So register now. You'll get the link sent over to you. These are not recorded classes if you don't attend. And then make sure that you join. Team Wins is now going to be a class that a seminar that they're going to be hosting, and the next one will be in December. So December 6th will be the next one for Team Wins, and it's a new program that Keller Williams has now created for agents ready to build their team. So again, these are for producing agents ready to build your team, or if you already have a team. And then Monday at 10 o'clock, it's all about client events online. So if you're thinking of starting digital client events, or you currently have them and want to know how to get more people to attend, this is the class for you. They will also give you some ideas of some of the client events that you can be hosting online. So it's at 10 o'clock this Monday on KW Connect. Now on Tuesday, there will not be a scripts practice at 9 o'clock, but we will have a segment your database to scale your solo business at 10 o'clock. So make sure you make plans for that. And we are also still hosting our Brian Eisenhower Mastermind Tuesday at 1 o'clock on the next slide. So make sure that when you do join our Brian Eisenhower Mastermind, that you join from a laptop or a desktop, so you're able to download any of the material that Brian has to share with you, because that is for you to use in your own business. And that is this Tuesday at 1 o'clock. And we will not be hosting a team meeting on Tuesday. I'm sorry, there is no team meeting on Tuesday for this office. I'm sorry. Went to the wrong office. All right, that's all I got.
You got a lot of offices to keep in mind there, right? Great, thanks. It's a full calendar, though. I'm telling you, full calendar.
Yes.
Have any listings they want to promote, talk about coming soon? I know we've got them on the board here in the Pismo office. North County, San Luis. Anybody have anything that they want to share that isn't of public knowledge yet? Not yet. All right, team. Well, know that you've got a huge opportunity by exposing your potential sellers and or your sellers to over 50,000 sets of eyes. If we've done an average on the 200 agents that are with Keller Williams in our market center in the county and their existing database size, it's a lot of humans that get incredible amount of exposure. And as well, if you've got buyers looking for things that might be coming up down the pike. So keep that in mind. Yeah, great. Yep,
Jay,
thank
it's
you.
Mark.
Oh, it's Mark. Yes, okay.
Hey,
What's
Jay,
going on, Mark?
I have some clients that are looking for a place. They want it really close to Cal Poly, of course, doesn't everybody? They're looking to spend between 8 to 1 million. They want a 4-bedroom if possible, anywhere around 500 to 600 per square foot.
Okay, so Cal Poly 4-bedroom, and they'd love anywhere up to $1 million.
Yep.
Okay, cool. There you go.
Thank you.
Right on. Thanks, Mark. All right. Anybody else with anything before we move on? Okay. Connect and grow. This is how you reach out and get contact to everything that we've got. Our KW calendar, the QR code is there. Scan away. Social media, all of our outlets. Do know that we've got we've added additional social media page. We've got our Keller Williams private Facebook page so that we can communicate with each other on needs and wants. We've got our public facing page, which is really going to start focusing more on our culture and the things that we do as a company. And then we created a new Facebook page with all of our just sold. We're selling 100 homes a month. And when that happens, our culture gets lost. So we create a separate Facebook page so that you can share, grab that the promotional material that's been created for you to put onto your Instagram and Facebook. So look towards that and know that we're doing the best we can to make sure that you guys are getting the recognition you deserve so that you can share that on your Facebook stuff. And thanks for being here today at the team meeting. It is a pleasure and an honor to be in business with you. Namaste. Make it an incredible rest of the afternoon, and we'll see you soon.
Awesome. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
See you guys.